It's so exciting to have such a cool room. Everyone with their beautiful shirts on. We spent a long time making those. I have to admit, Naya.
I made all of them.
We're very, very excited to have everyone here today. And the way we start off all our meetings with roll call. Julia.
Can we do a round of applause for everyone?
Oh, sure, of course.
Wow, guys, such a cool group. Okay, I'm Julia, I'm the secretary. I'm gonna do roll call. If I say your name wrong, please correct me so I can get it right the next time. Okay, Naya,
Hello.
Musa,
Here.
Aiden,
Here.
Mo,
Here.
I am here. Taya, yeah, Mariam. De Silva,
Here.
Chinmay,
Here.
Tanvi. Audrey. Here. Here. Eddie.
Here.
Ashika. Here. Kushi. Here. Chauncey.
Here.
Ben.
Here.
Ale. Here. Pierce. Here. Jack.
Here.
Fabia. Here. Ryan.
Here.
Yadu.
Here.
Cameron. Cameron's not here. Drew.
Here.
Ayan. Stanley.
Here.
Amira. Here. Danya.
Here.
Did I say that correctly? Yeah. Charmaine. Here. Sola. Jay. Jumcas. Okay. Thank you. Sophia. Here. I go with Sophie though. She's cool. Oh.
That's the last name. What was the last name on that?
Ravel.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah. Ryan.
You got it. I think that we have two Ryans, two Jacks.
Ryan. Laurent. Lochran. Okay. Oddbet.
Here.
That's right. Okay. Isha.
Yes.
Tanisha. Here. Rafa. Here. Megan. Michelle. Gustav.
Here.
Jess. Shakar. Awesome. Minna. Here. Kennedy. Andrew. He's here. It's you.
Wait, it's the other one.
No, it's you.
What the hell? What the
So
hell
you're
is
here.
It is.
He's not
I'm
elected.
not elected.
We're in the associate.
Okay, I'm here.
Jeffrey said Drew.
Jeffrey. Melody. Maxwell. Angeles. Leo.
Here.
Alexa. Here. Cindy. Okay, Juan.
Here.
Gracie. Here. Anna. Madiha. Here. AJ. Here. Nina. David.
David who?
Tran.
Here.
Catherine. Here. Zainab. Here. Moralake. Emily. Here. Melinda. Here. Hasra. Here. Kaylin. Hanaya. Alex.
Here.
Simon.
Here.
Jocelyn. Here.
Oh.
Jocelyn Vargas. Sophia Chen. Pablo Cherk.
Here.
Sydney. Here. Ruhan,
Here.
Sebastian,
Here.
Provence.
Here.
Nuke. Here. That right, okay. Khalil,
Here.
Sama. Sorry, no. Ridvik,
Here.
Johnson. Here. Jocelyn.
Johnson. Here.
Yeah. Sorry, well, we will get to you in a second. Arian? Not here. Okay, Jocelyn. Here's the guy. Madeline. Jack.
Here.
Nicole.
Wait.
Jack Terrell.
Here.
Yes. Nicole. Aditya. And Pablo Tang. Hey, wonderful.
So typically we will move to open forum after the section, and we will move to open forum right now. And I'm gonna have
Oh, I'm sorry, Mukhtar. Members of the public. Are there any of them?
Yeah, that'd be me.
I'm Mukhtar.
Yeah, look at flex those biceps.
Name you didn't call.
Oh, are there any members' names that I did not call that are here that I did not say here? All right, wonderful. Okay, now we can proceed.
Okay, so we will now enter open forum, which is 10 minutes. It can be extended. This is time that is set aside for members of the public. Anyone can speak, very unstructured time, but we give priority to members of the public as this is their time to share anything that they have. But any member, associate, elected, or member of the public can say anything in this period. So we will begin 10 minutes of open forum.
I yield my time.
Yeah, so I'll scan because there's so many people. But so some exciting news, legal services are now active.
Who are you and what is the
Oh,
services?
amazing question. Okay, hi everyone, I'm Rafa. I'm the legal services coordinator. So for everyone who's new here, UA Legal Services offers legal consultations for students, grad and undergrad, for across all schools on topics ranging from like housing, leasing, and then like civil rights and visa. It's a really fulfilling role in a team. You know, you get to help students. And just to slide this in, the team is looking for a legal services deputy. It's an amazing role. You get to assist me in kind of coordinating, scheduling, and streamlining these consultations. And we will hopefully be sending the application for that by Tuesday. So, keep on the lookout for that.
Dale?
That was me, Aiden.
Yes.
Oh, outstanding. I was curious. I wanted to follow up on legal services. I was wondering what does the budget look like this session, and has GAPSA contributed, and is the fee schedule the same?
Yeah, sure. I could briefly answer on that. So that was something that Mackenzie was working on. So actually last session, we didn't find a reason to expand the budget for services because we saw that the services offered were like enough for the students who are requesting them. But I'll definitely look into if we need to continue on that route because GAPSA hasn't really we kind of stopped talking to them on that, but I will look into that for sure. I'm planning to.
And what's GAPSA?
It's the Graduate and Professional Students Association. I don't know what else to say. Woohoo, GAPSA. Yeah.
Thanks, Rafa.
Thank you. I hope that answers the question, Leah. Oh, yeah.
Oh no, it does answer my question. I had a separate point. Is that all right, Aiden?
Oh, of course.
Okay, cool. I was thinking it'd be cool if the undergraduate assembly had a Latin motto.
Oh.
I'd do it. I would make it.
I was looking at. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I
But
interrupting
if you
somebody?
could, maybe you can do it, Leo. I want to take
Go
away
ahead,
your thoughts. Sorry, Leo.
Sure, sure. So I was looking around at a couple different options. I was thinking
Oh.
something like to know and improve is a good one, referring to understanding the system and changing it for the better. So, there's a couple of different verbs that could fit into that place. Julia, I'm sure you're much more knowledgeable about, the best Latin words to put in there. But I had a couple choices. Well, I had come up with a couple ones. I could put them in the Slack, but I wanted to, gauge reaction, understand what people initially thought about a Latin motto, because, I thought it would be kind of hype.
But you should definitely bring it to the body next meeting when you
Okay.
have your suggestions.
Sure, thank you so much.
I would love it.
I do, I know.
So
Yep.
There are like some snacks in the front, guys. Don't be shy. Like, oh, would you like me to get anything? I'll go out.
Just pass it around.
Are there other topics for open forum?
No, don't be.
Seeing that there aren't any topics,
Second.
so can we focus on for the listen up for a moment? I appreciate you all are getting food. No, you feel free to get food. I just want everyone to hear this process because we follow Robert's rules and this is how we conduct our meetings. So here's, you made a motion.
Motion to close open forum.
I second.
Second.
And so then all those in favor, vote, raise your tables pen. And then are there any opposed?
I think we're going to allow.
Any opposed?
Oh,
Opposed? Okay, so that motion clearly passes. We will allow open forum. And I'll ask everyone to please keep the side conversations down. We could just silently pass the, I appreciate that. We are gonna move to a welcome activity now, so we will have a time to talk and work in groups. So we have obviously your beautiful white shirts that Naya spent a lot of time on. We have a bunch of markers here. We want you all to get as many signatures as possible, sign each other's shirts. You remember your first meeting, part of the UA, this 53rd session. We also have white stickies on the walls, and we're gonna have you all in groups rotating with some of the committee directors, leading these discussions, talking about the issues and what you all think can be done and what we can do, what we can work on related to these topics. So now we're gonna split up, but this is a time, this is not what we do in our normal meetings, but we want to have a quick welcome activity. Feel free to get food, get the markers to start signing the shirts, and then we'll have you join the groups to work on these projects. We'll do this for 12 minutes. 12 minutes. 15?
We'll do this for 15 minutes,
15 minutes.
everyone.
I'm gonna count you guys off into groups of 15 to 16. 1. Yes.
2,
3,
4.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Actually, this whole section, go to academic resources.
Thank you.
Here are some markers for you guys. Write on the notes and also sign each other's shirt. So, okay.
Naya, these are washable markers.
Do not wash these t-shirts.
Hey, do we have more?
I was looking at 2 boxes. No, I'm trying to.
You guys go to
I'm trying to.
sustainability campaign.
Okay, let's mute. Wait, I need to.
Also, put us on like silent.
Yeah.
Namyeon, 2.
Oh my God, this time.
Mira, 3. Problem. Gracie,
Oh,
6.
yeah. About my error there. I'm always missing.
Nine.
Although, I guess it's on both.
Ryan, Ryan enough. You guys are over there. And then DK and Stanley.
So I wanted to give you all an update. We're still being live streamed. I'm gonna try to put you guys in a breakout room so you can talk about. We have a bunch of stickies here. I'll try to put you in breakout room and then I'll send the topics and you guys can discuss as a group. But it's still being live streamed, so I'm gonna put you in the breakout room so you can have a private conversation.
Oh, sounds good. Thank you, Aiden.
Of course. If you guys want to join that breakout room, you can chat in there. Are we good?
Okay. Thank you. Alright, please find your. Okay, thank you so much. Hope you all got a bunch of signatures. We can keep collecting more throughout the meeting. So we now, before we enter the report section, I do have to share, and I hate to do this, the tech policy. I'm very sorry, but do ask that you refrain from using your computers during the meetings. Just to keep everyone engaged. We're gonna try to be as efficient as possible. I know there's a lot going on this week, in the next coming weeks, so we're gonna try to get out of here as quickly as possible. But if everyone's engaged, we'll move even quicker. So please refrain from using your computers, your phones, and we'll be out of here as soon as possible. We'll now enter the report section, beginning with the presidential report.
Hello, beautiful faces.
Sure, yeah. make sure-
Share the screen. Oh, it's
You're
good.
good, you're good. Just-
Are we good?
Yeah.
Anyways, again, hello, beautiful faces. I'm so excited to see you all. Welcome. For those of you who may not know me, my name is Naya. I'm a junior in Wharton. I'm president of the UA this year. So to recap my report, first, welcome again. Second, I've had a lot of meetings this last week. First, I had my one-on-one with Katie Bonner. There's honestly nothing relevant to the body. Great question, Pierce. Katie Bonner is the director of the Office of Student Affairs. She oversees all things student affairs, mainly being like the student branches, or the student government branches, and other things. I just don't want to.
There's a lot.
She's a lot though, very important person. Secondly, UA cabinet met with business services. These are the topics that we discussed. Meal plan retention rate, 1920s common renovations updates, Penn Transit ridership and feedback on on-demand services, accessibility and disability services, Morris Arboretum shuttle extension proposal, hotel renovations, updates on the digital PIN card project, mail and package delivery issues, text and tell platform, dining engagement ideas, and an encouragement of UA collaboration on communication, promotions, and student engagement. At this time, is there anyone who would like me to elaborate on any of the topics here? Rafa?
Wait, can you elaborate on the updates on the digital pen card?
Wait, Naya, sorry, I'm gonna interrupt you. Also, all of these meetings, the minutes from all of these meetings is in the Google Drive. So if you're like curious and you forgot to ask a question to Naya about any of these meetings, they're in the drive and you can look at them.
Yeah, you guys probably got a notification from me earlier today saying UA 53rd session general body folder has been shared with you. During UA Education Week, you guys will get more of like a thorough, like look through if you haven't through it already, but like in general, if you ever need to find these minutes, they're in that drive. I'm sorry, digital pin business,
Yeah.
digital pin card. Updates are, it's not happening. At this moment in time, due to mainly budget constraints, the main issue is that, so the way our current like pen card reader systems work is they're not consistent across buildings. So for example, between like there's pen card readers in all like the academic buildings and all the residential buildings. The residential buildings use a totally different system than the academic buildings. A lot of the academic buildings are also older. The justification was mainly that, so for the schools and like the local areas that do have digital cards or digital identification cards, it's because they skipped the digital card readers that we have right now. They used to have keys for a lot of those dorms. So they said that we were ahead when we did that, but now we're falling behind again, you know. So as of right now, it's not happening. They just don't have the funds for it.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Pierce? Yes, there's a lot of updates on hotel renovations. Give me 1 second. If I can find it.
Well,
Go ahead.
they're starting on the InnoPen very soon. It was a hot topic at the trustees meeting, because they often stay at the InnoPen. So they were very focused on the mini bars in the rooms and making sure that those were in good condition. But they're doing a pretty comprehensive, redoing all the rooms. Includes the University Club where we have like mentor meals. So most of the hotel is gonna be renovated. The Sheraton, I think, is almost done.
Yeah, it's an active renovation, should be complete in November or December. The budget for that was $65 million. They hope that it'll be in competition with the InnoPen. And then, yeah, the University Club will also be renovated inside the InnoPen. Yes, I think that answers pretty much all the renovations. Kushi.
About comments.
About Commons, yes, Commons, as you guys may or may not know, it is currently going under, it's about to go on renovations. So the 1920 or the Amazon packages or like the package room is moving to the location on Spruce Street. By like, I don't know what the exact address is, but it's by like Insomnia Cookies and stuff. So Commons is going to be expanded into, you guys know like that patio that has like all the chairs and stuff. Right beside in between Harnwell and Commons. It's gonna be expanded, so it's gonna be bigger. That's one thing. Yeah, I think so. Amazon is moving. I'm not sure if it's gonna go back there, but never will there be a time where Commons is not in full operation. It will still continue to be in use for dining. And I think that pretty much sums that up. Sova, oh my god, why are your eyes so big?
You just right now.
Okay. Yes.
Tangent for another time. Did they ever mention, I can't recall off the top of my head, did they say that we have to change our mailing addresses then from that like Amazon package to the new site?
It's gonna, so there's a 2-week buffer period and it's gonna update automatically if you order something in that period. But if you order it to the old place, instead of them taking it to Spruce, it has to go back to the Amazon warehouse. So make sure you're ordering stuff to the right place, cause then it'll, it's a mess.
Sounds like something.
But there is a buffer period and it will transition in the app and it will show the new location.
Sounds good, thank you.
Samyang.
So what's the timeline for the renovations? A long time.
It's a long, I think they said 2026. Yeah. No, oh, actually the renovations will begin summer 2026. So they actually haven't even gone into, I think, I don't remember the exact year they said for that. You remember?
It's after we.
It's after,
A couple years.
after I graduated, junior. So I'm gonna say probably by the time the freshmen in the room graduate, you guys will have a brand new Commons. Any other questions, topics? David?
I'd like to inquire about the transit ridership and feedback of the on-demand services.
Okay. So we mainly, one question we had about this was like, if you guys are not familiar, the on-demand stops that they used to like literally come to you wherever you were. Now they implemented actual like on-demand transit stops this year. So that was one of our main questions about that. They said they take and pick up around 20 to 25,000 people a week on shuttles and buses. And then once it starts getting colder, they start to see more ridership. As for like the on-demand services, they said there's been no real negative feedback. They've averaged a minute less of wait time, and then a 9-point drop in cancellations as well. So this means that people are less frustrated. Any other questions about that? Okay, Audrey.
Can I ask what the Morris Arboretum shuttle?
Yes, they said basically, they said that there was interest for it, they would do it, but obviously, who doesn't know what Morris Arboretum is? It's one of Penn's properties. It's this beautiful, beautiful like botanical garden. It's just kind of hard to access. I think. How far is it by driving?
Like 30 minutes by bus.
Yeah. So it's kind of hard, but they said they're open to the possibility of exploring options. They have a bunch of like pre-planned trips already lined up for the fall. You can find them on their website. And they asked like how we can partner with students to promote these shuttles, and then we just directed them to COM. So if anyone is curious and working on like a project where you help run shuttles to Morris Arboretum, that'd be a good project. Any other? Yes. Ruhan.
Can you please elaborate on dining engagement ideas?
Yes. So I don't know if you guys have seen in like all the dining halls, there's currently like this also touches on the text and tell platform. There's these little like cards, like little pink cards that say like text and tell, and you can text the number on the card to send them feedback or shout outs or whatever, pictures, whatever of the food to update them, give them feedback. So like that's one thing. They were asking us how they could make it more engaging. I suggested that they appeal to Gen Z and say things like I was like, maybe like, why is my chicken giving pink? Like, they didn't like that idea. But if there were other things that they could say to make it more engaging. Yeah. Yeah. Any other questions? Pablo.
Disability services.
Disability service. So we asked about like how they currently operate with like disability services for people who have like, for example, like last minute or like unintentional or unexpected injuries, etc. They said in general they run 20 hours a day from 7 a.m. to 3 a.m. for disability services. I think their main disconnect is lack of communication and promotion of this. So a lot of students just don't know about this service. They said that a student has to go through disability services via Weingarten first, and then they would refer them to Penn Transit. And then they said that internally they're thinking about doing newsletters as an easier way to communicate. Any other questions on some of these topics on the screen? Going once, going twice, sold to no one, great. Next, so UA cabinet, also UA cabinet consists of the 5 executive board members and our 5 wonderful committee directors, just so you guys know. CETLI, there's also acronyms, I'm gonna spell it out here. CETLI means the Center for Education and Excellence in Teaching, Learning, Innovation. Yes. So we talked about the CETLI Student Advisory Board assignments, or professors giving assignments during the ad drop period, faculty usage of AI, supporting students with unexpected injuries such as concussions, and then campus climate and classroom environment ideas for UA collaboration. Are there any questions for elaboration? Khalil?
Advisory board, please.
Yes, so correct me if I'm wrong, Minna has been trying to do a CETLI advisory board for a minute now. Basically, there does not exist one right now. And CETLI, for example, just to give you guys a bit like what their purview and jurisdiction is, CETLI oversees and works with faculty and professors. I do want to preface that anytime you guys have a complaint about what the professors can and can't do, it always comes down to the fact that majority of our professors here are tenured. So there's no one policy that we can absolutely enforce on any professors, just to preface that. What CETLI does is they advise and guide professors and faculty. So for the CETLI advisory board, Minna, and I think also maybe last year may have been trying to help you with this, wanted to create a CETLI advisory board. What came out of this meeting specifically, this is led by Bruce Linthal, was that he really wants there to be a CETLI advisory board. Julia has offered to spearhead this as well. I think Ben and Mo also want to help out on this. This would be a great thing for people who are interested in joining the academic initiatives committee. It's very new from scratch. They want it to be completely student led. So it's pretty much in our hands. So if you guys are interested in this, once we gather more details, I think Julia's setting up a meeting with Bruce. She'll get back to you guys on what this could look like. It'd be a really great opportunity to directly influence what professors get to or should and shouldn't do in classes. Mo.
Naya, what are student advisory boards?
So student advisory board is when advise a department or administrative something. The UA has external seats, which I'm sure at some point Aiden will tell you all about, where members of the UA body gets to go sit on various departments, anywhere from like, I don't know, wellness to like invite committee to like university council and like Houston Hall. Yes, there's so many advisory boards, so lots of that chances to get involved. Bobby.
Faculty today.
So basically, we asked this question almost every time we've met with them, asking about what exactly what are faculty feeling about faculty. I think I said that word wrong often, sorry. It's the rural Maryland in me. Anyways, they basically say that like there's a lot of mixed feelings about it, and we asked if they work and coordinate with the Penn AI Council. Someone correct me if that is what it is? Yeah. And basically they said at this point they're more at a need where they want to work with, like they're holding a lot of classes and workshops teaching faculty how to use AI in the classroom. That was pretty much the summation of that like conversation. Any other questions about topics on the screen here? Audrey.
For campus climate and classroom environment, was there discussion of I think it's called the Campus Compact initiative that the College of Arts and Sciences is rolling out?
No.
Okay, cool.
We can ask.
Yeah, it's okay.
Silva.
I don't know if this was previously mentioned, but faculty use of AI, what is that currently looking like on campus? And, you know, what steps are they doing to kind of encourage or mitigate it?
Yeah, like I said earlier, just like reiterate, it's pretty much just mixed in general. Professors, it really just varies by class. I think what we're seeing is a lot of like, I think it's probably more used in Wharton classes, and some various Penn like college classes. I think is where they're commonly seen usage. From my personal perspective as a Wharton student, a lot of my professors say that we can use AI. We just have to cite it. So we're just talking about what the various policies look like across campus. Yes.
I guess I thought like the way it was worded, I was like, oh, are faculty actively use like AI designing course materials?
I think like the answer to that is yes. We didn't ask specifically like are faculty using it. It's just like how is it currently being used? What are their feelings on it, etc. But this would again be a really great topic for anyone who's interested in joining that CETLI advisory board. Any other questions about topics on the screen? Going once, going twice. Fantastic. Okay. Upcoming meetings this week. UA Cabinet is meeting with Penn Wellness, FRES, which is Facilities Real Estate Services. Yes. Career Services, I have a one-on-one with Kathleen Shields Anderson. She is the Vice President of the Division of Public Safety. I'm meeting with her on, what is that, Thursday? Do you want to have any questions or concerns at this moment in time for GPS? Maybe the notice that went out about people slapping students and running away. Are there any other questions anyone would like me to ask? GPS related, yes. Andrew Lowe.
Wait, actually, give me 1 second. I need to form another question.
1 second. Anyone else? Any questions about Division of Public Safety? Young juveniles slapping people or running away?
Yeah, I noticed they said there was a TikTok trend. I'm wondering if they have links or.
Good question. Yeah, I'm also curious about what this trend could be. I'll ask what trend they're reciting. Any other questions? Right here again.
Okay, so on spec, we were notified this year that the amount of tickets that we could sell to out of 10 people is like very much limited as opposed to like previous years for events like Spring Fling or like speaker events, whatever. And a big part of that is we have to like submit approval to DPS a lot earlier than we used to as well. Curious if like if that's like a Kathleen Shields decision or if that's like a outside of like controls decision.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask her, did you make this decision? I got
Did you office?
you. I got you. Okay, any other questions for DPS? De Silva?
Just taking a quick glance at their website, but I guess an update on like the spree of like electric scooter thefts that have been happening apparently. I guess like, you know, let's like, have they like general updates in terms of that? And like how they've been offering like assisting students who've had their scooters stolen since.
Yeah.
They do have bait scooters.
Bait scooters?
They have bait
Like,
scooters.
just fake scooters.
That
Wow.
have trackers in them and that's.
What?
Oh, I mean, as of the next time I pick a lock.
Yeah.
Sounds
Taya?
I know we were talking about at our last meeting, people's packages getting stolen, especially by Hanwha if they're left outside. Maybe we can follow up with DPS about that.
Okay. Pierce?
Also says that 100-person limit on events is a DPS thing. I'm wondering about that, and I'm also wondering that sometimes the 100-person limit is limited to 75 or 50, and how do they evaluate spaces and determine that?
You guys remember when I said this was a one-on-one? Yeah, they're making me ask some really awkward questions. No, she's cool. She's amazing. She's your aunt's close friend. Why don't we just call her up? Andrew Lou.
I know this might be beating a dead horse, but asking about the PBS policy on ice, and that's all been all over the center.
Okay. Any other questions? Bobia?
This is kind of more for Perez, but in terms of like when certain entrances to buildings are open, especially like Huntsman and other buildings that have multiple entrances.
Weekdays.
Okay, I feel like they always change it though. It's just like
It
always
does
different.
change like dated.
Okay, I can ask about that. Also just to note to all the new faces in the room, typically, so with all the meetings that say upcoming meetings, usually we would have, sorry, okay, anyways, usually I would ask the room if they don't have any topics, but we did this last week. I send the agendas a week in advance, so you guys will participate in this whole agenda collecting thing next week. What were you saying? Sorry. Any other, that was great. Okay, wonderful. Any other questions for DPS? No, great, wonderful. Okay, next, so the UA exec is, as well as the 7B liaisons. The 7B is the 7 like cultural resource centers and minority groups on campus. They include Lambda, UMC. Oh gosh, you guys need to say all that, like what it is. Page.
That is a pen.
Yeah. Data pen.
Let's put Simon on the spot.
Emoja.
Lambda, Page, UMC, APSC, Umoja, NAP, LC.
My question was actually, do you need me to spell out what those are?
I don't.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Does anyone have any questions as to what those like abbreviations mean? No, okay, great, wonderful. So we are meeting with them as well as Disco. That is a Disabled Students Coalition. Yeah. And we just want to build a more working relationship moving forward. We want the UA to work in tangent with those minority groups to make sure that we're really like uplifting those voices. So we're setting up an initial meeting. Hopefully that will be next Friday. I think that is. Yeah. Next. UA cabinet is also meeting with the faculty senate tri-chairs. next Friday as well. The faculty senate tri-chairs are these three professors, I believe, who I don't really know how to explain what they do, but
You mind
let's
if I-
take
Like who the three are, so.
no,
we have-
not okay, yeah.
Like
the
like
structure.
What they the structure study.
Yes.
So like the current, so yeah, the tri-chairs are the current chair of the Senate faculty. Yeah, the the faculty senate,
Yeah.
the former chair of the the faculty senate, and the future chair of the faculty senate.
Yeah.
That's the tri-chair.
This is the fact.
That's pretty self-explanatory.
What does the faculty senate do?
Think of them like student government, but for faculty.
Yeah.
They represent faculty interests, administrators, and they sit on a lot of like important meetings and represent faculty like voices pretty much.
And I will say, in general, they tend to have a lot of aligned interests with ours. So, collecting agenda topics, does anyone have any questions for faculty senate tri-chairs? Yaduraj.
Yeah, I was gonna say any opportunities for collaboration or maybe some space. I know there's not just the tri-chairs, but a lot of people that sit on the faculty senate and maybe an opportunity for UA members to meet with them and discuss areas of possible collaboration potentially.
Great. Audrey?
Yeah, I was wondering if you could ask about the policy or like what they're feeling about tech in classrooms.
Could you elaborate?
Yeah, I know that there's been a lot of discussions about what people want the future of like people having computers or like iPads or whatever out in class to look like. Some professors have been banning it altogether, especially like with AI now. So if there's any discussion about like how they're moving forward with that.
All of the, at least in the college, like more and more of our professors are no tech policy as
Yeah.
opposed to previous semesters.
Mukhtar?
I was gonna say, maybe this might be leading the question, but to that tech point, I know Dr. Brown, the current chair of the faculty senate, wants to have an AI and tech discussion at University Council in February. So maybe building the conversation now to see how she can tailor that topic and that discussion to in a way that would interest students to want to participate.
Okay. Alexa?
Kind of like how faculty has been dealing with like the recent funding cuts and research.
Okay. Awesome. David?
Addressing the abolition of faculty senates across red states in the South. For example, in Texas, there's like the UT system has recently abolished faculty senates. And judging by how quickly politics moves in our like current day, then I think that would be a good issue to address.
Okay. Pierce?
If they are in contact with like AAUP, the professor union, if their interests align, you know, their conversations, and maybe also like postdoc union and other unions of faculty at Penn.
Okay. Julia?
Like how they feel about like their free speech policy and conferences.
Okay. Simon?
In conjunction to the point on collaboration within university council and what the faculty senate is feeling about, like the faculty's participation within university council. Got you, Leo.
Any other agenda topics for the faculty senate tri-chairs? Going once, going twice. If you do have any more, like you think of anything after this meeting, please message me ASAP. I will likely be sending this out Monday or tomorrow or Tuesday. Okay? Wonderful. Okay. Now, the really exciting part. So these next two things I'm about to show you guys are going to change the future of how the UA operates. I'm hyping it up a little bit too much, but so basically, as you guys know, the UA pursues project work. And obviously, a lot of you guys have questions as to how the UA pursue project works. And that was a question that exec ourselves have been wondering, how do we actually pursue project work in a way that's efficient and quantifiable, for example? So I created these two things. I'm gonna zoom in here. The first one is a project planning template. This template will be used in the entire planning process of you all thinking and creating projects. There's a lot of questions here that should be able to be answered as you guys are thinking of these projects. So just really quickly to run through background and context. What is this solving? What is this addressing? Why is this important to Penn students? Has the UA or Penn in general tried something like this before? What happened? And are there examples from other universities or peer institutions that we can learn from and reference? You guys will get into like the nitty gritty of these in your committees, but the idea behind this entire section is that typically UA members or people in general try to pursue projects that have already happened, they failed for various reasons, and then the project starts to stall, and we want to eliminate that. We also want to make sure, and what Penn does when you guys are bringing these projects to an admin later on throughout this stage, they're gonna be like, okay, well, can you bring us data? Who else has done this? If you can say that one of our competitors, if you can say like Princeton is doing this, they're gonna be a little bit more receptive to this. The second is stakeholders and impacts. Who needs to be involved in order for this to work? This is like other admin. This is like working in collaboration and tangent with other student groups. And then who are the primary students that will be affected or benefit? Strategy, what things are you going to do, the steps, is what is a realistic timeline, what are the resources that we need, are there data points that should be included, should you be conducting a survey, should you be using stuff from like the Penn Student Census, which Aiden will touch on later today. Budget and resources, how much it will cost, UA funds that we currently have, are there any external funds and grants, etc., that we can use to fund this, are there other resources, and then who do we need to be in communication with. I will just say, as you're planning your projects, if you cannot answer a lot of these questions, then I don't feel like you actually have a project that'll be tangible and able to be implemented. So that's the idea behind this thing. I feel like this will help get rid of a lot of mundane task-oriented projects and will allow the UA to have a bigger and broader impact. And with that being said, after you have created this, after you've been able to answer a majority of these questions, this is the final project proposal template. And this is how you guys will format your actual proposal to bring to the UA body or to admin. This is basically like the penultimate step before you actually take this stuff to administrators. Another thing that like I want to limit is going to admin with an unthought through process, and now we're wasting their times and it makes the UA look bad. So the first one is an executive summary, just talking about the issue, the core idea, etc. Second is background and rationale. This section explains all the why are you doing this? What is it solving, the evidence, etc. Third is the project plan, the major milestones, the timeline, the deliverables, stakeholders and partnerships. Again, those funding costs. And then if you include any pictures or references, you can include it in your appendices. Are there any questions, particularly from any current members, but this would be completely new to you all? Are there any questions in general about this process? Wonderful. Okay, great. Like I said, all the committee directors will go over this. Anyone who is currently in the midst of doing a project, what will happen is you guys should be able to transfer wherever you currently are in this stage and transfer it to that planning template. If you're missing gaps, then you probably should fill in those gaps and answer some more of those questions. And obviously, this is not meant to be done in one sitting. This is over a span of committee meetings. Yeah. And that's all for me.
Hey everyone, my name is Musab. I'm the vice president. I'm a junior. I'm studying PPE, if it wasn't too obvious. Okay. One of my jobs is to lead UA steering. UA steering is essentially an incubator of 30 different groups across campus that essentially like direct the way the UA should be going. And they give us ideas, we present ideas to them, and we kind of have a mutual relationship and kind of hear from them every single month. One of my jobs then is to meet with them one-on-one. It was quite a busy week last week, so I met with all of these groups. There's a lot of like acronyms on here. Don't worry about that for now. We'll teach you all of it like during UA week on Tuesday and Wednesday. But the main idea from this is I got a lot of perspectives, learned a lot about all the different groups, and kind of will reformulate the way in which we interact with groups on campus. I think oftentimes we've kind of got too lost in the sauce and like we think a lot of things, but we don't actually do a lot of things. And so hopefully this year, especially with so many great people in the room, we'll really put our feet on the ground and kind of get stuff working. On that note, attendance is required for 2 out of the 4 of the semester for every member. One of the meetings has already happened. So now, all the new members, you're required to go to 2 out of the 3 remaining meetings. They will be interesting, especially the next one is on October 14th. We're going to vote in new participants and also present like a white paper of like what UA students should become. So feel free to come to that. Actually, like you have to come to that. Don't feel free. It's from 7 to 9 p.m. in Huntsman 360. There will not be food, but there will be good vibes. Okay. And then I had a meeting about budget committee. Mo will cover what budget committee is in a presentation in a little bit. And then we talked a little bit about the improvements there. And upcoming meetings, like all the cabinet exec meetings, obviously, meeting with Karu and Naya tomorrow. And then Karu is the vice provost of University Life. He's like the big boss of like all the bosses, but he's really nice. And you probably see him quite often around campus doing a lot of different stuff. But he's kind of like a principal.
That's me.
Yeah. Okay. And then I'm at one with Figley Dad. And then lastly, I want to say for all the new members, like super great to see you, super excited. The one thing I want to say is don't approach the UA with fear. It can be very like scary to look at all these acronyms and be like, what the hell does like Figley Dad mean? What does like NEC, NEC, I don't know about that one, but PWC, stuff like that. Ask the dumb questions. Like really, we're all here to help you. Just keep saying and asking questions. And secondly, like really voice your thoughts at GBM. We're trying to create a really inclusive environment because all of you guys have great things to say. So feel free to speak in debates, disagree with people, and obviously do it in a respectful way. Hopefully we create a pretty good UA environment this year. So yeah, thank you.
Speaker of the House, ladies and gentlemen.
So my name is Aiden Carroll. I'm the speaker this year. I'm very excited to be working with you all. I'm a junior in the college studying political science. I've sent all of you emails, so I think we know each other, but I'll hop right into the reports. We have our weekly cab meeting. So again, our cabinet consists of the 5 members of exec and our committee directors. We all meet once a week to plan, talk about our meetings. So that is a weekly meeting that happens on Wednesdays, and then I'll share as well. Us as an exec meet on Tuesday evenings as well. In terms of upcoming meetings, we have a meeting with the Drexel Student Government Association and their executive board on Thursday. We are hoping to have a closer collaboration and connection with them. There is a larger Philadelphia Student Government Association. Do you need me to scroll? Oh, is there a comment?
No, Leo was just showing his
Okay.
notes.
Thank you, Leo. So there is a Philadelphia Student Government Association, which it's like Leo has done a ton of work on this, so he could try.
Wait, who is Leo? Who is Leo Soga?
Who is
Where is Leo Soga?
Leo, please introduce yourself. I think it's pretty important for people in the room to know who you are.
Oh, sure. Thank you. Salutations.
Oh, my bad. Hold on. Go ahead. Repeat that, Leo. Sorry.
Of course. Salutations. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Outstanding. Anyway, my name is Leo. It's lovely to see you all over Zoom. I'm currently a senior studying political science. I am in Washington, D.C. doing the Penn and Washington semester program. I'm a big fan of the Philadelphia Student Government Assembly, so I'm curious to hear more about this. But thank you, Mr. Speaker.
And Leo was the speaker last year. I gave him the title Speaker Emeritus, the forever speaker. He did an excellent job leading up. So just quick context, the Philadelphia Student Government Assembly brings together all of the schools, all the student government branches from the Philadelphia schools, including Villanova, which is not in Philadelphia, but they are somehow part of the group. They're lovely people, but that seemed to slip the cracks. I don't know how they're out. I think are they Monco or Delco?
They're Delco.
Delco. That's crazy.
We
But
might get some Villanova tickets.
Yeah.
Oh.
But anyway, we're meeting with Drexel on Thursday. If you don't know me, I've done a lot of work with public safety here at Penn, and I'm hoping to do a ride along with the Drexel Police, which would be very exciting. I'll give you a report back, let you know how they do things. If they have any similar incidents of slapping, but
Speaker, sir.
yes, we'll move on to the membership updates. Pari has decided to step down from the assembly. She was an associate member, but we are very excited to welcome all of our new AMs. There's a very long list. So if you want to stand, if you're a new associate member, just get up. Welcome. We are very excited to have you. It's gonna be a lot of great work that we do this year.
It was very competitive, just so you know.
Yes. A lot of applicants and many more than previous years. So congratulations. Moving on to UA week. That is this coming week. This is a required portion of our training. We have our mandatory UA inclusion training with the Office of Religious Ethnic Inclusion on Tuesday. Interest. They can't use that word. Interest. Interest is a good word though. So that is our training on Tuesday. That is required, and I will talk about that in a moment if there are people that are not able to make that. There is also our mandatory UA 101 training on Wednesday from 7 to 8:30. They're both in Huntsman. It's slightly confusing because this is 370. We always meet in 370. We meet 360 on Tuesday and then 270 on Wednesday. We'll make sure to have that on the calendar as we always do. We have an absence form. So this is required per our bylaws that we both have an inclusion training and our retreat. And this is the education portion of our retreat. In order to fulfill the requirement, if you're not able to attend in person, you will have to complete a written assignment. I'm very sorry. I know there's a lot going on. So like if you can make it, you really should be there. It will save you a lot of time. It's a lot more cumbersome to do the makeup assignment. So there is an absence form. If you know that you absolutely cannot make it to either one of these, I know a lot of you have reached out. I want to have everything in one place. So please scan this QR code real quick right now. If you know that you absolutely cannot make it, and fill out those sections, let me know which day you can't make. And then there's also a part just to explain briefly why you cannot attend. And I will be following up in very short order with the assignment, but expect to review the slides from the presentations and provide a written response based off the slides. So this is the QR code for the absence form. I think everyone had a chance to do that. Yes.
Should assignment be graded?
It will need to be done in a way that ensures that you have completed the appropriate training.
Please.
It'll be sent to the executive board. So
Complete the assignment and just do it and attend in person. That's the bottom line. A quick overview of our upcoming schedule. So we have no committee meetings this week because of the trainings. We also do not have committee meetings next week because of fall break. And all of our committees actually meet Monday through Wednesday, but we want to give everyone time so you don't have to worry about coming Wednesday night. So these next 2 weeks, we have no committees. That's very unusual. Usually every week we have our GVM on Sundays and then we have our committee meetings throughout the week, but we will not have them these coming weeks. October 13th will be when we resume committee meetings. However, we will not have GBM on October 12th. Even though our UA weeks typically begin with a GBM, because of fall break, we will not be having a GBM that week. I did send out the schedule for all the GBMs. The only other times we do not have GBMs on Sundays are during Thanksgiving and then once we go into reading days. So assume besides these couple dates that we are having a meeting here in Huntsman 370 at 8 p.m. Every Sunday. In terms of Zoom, Zoom is great. It allows us to have Leo here, who's joining us from the great nation's capital of the District of Columbia, which happens to be my hometown. We all would love to be in person, and that is definitely the preference. And we ask that you are here in person. If you absolutely have to miss a GBM, you can attend on Zoom. You do have to ask me 24 hours in advance, and we do ask that you have your camera on. So make sure you do that. I know I think some people are traveling, so I can understand it at this point. But moving forward, you should have your cameras on. Slack, I think most of you have joined already. Thank you. Some of y'all joined like 2 minutes after I said it like 12 a.m. on Friday, and there was a bunch of you eager beavers joining that. And, you can go ahead and scan this. You can scan this QR code if you haven't had a chance to join. I'll give everyone a second for that. And while you're scanning that and joining the Slack, I'll say briefly with Slack. That's where we have all of our communications. We send emails, but it's a little bit easier to have quick conversations. There's a social channel to send fun stuff, updates, and then we have an official channel if you have a meeting, if you have questions about something, and you can also DM anyone in the UA as well. For retreat, so we have our education portion this week, and then we have we'll talk a little bit more in Chauncey, we'll talk about the fun end to the week, but we also have an overnight retreat on Saturday, October 18th. We will share more details in terms of timing. It will likely be sometime in the mid to late afternoon that we will leave, go to our overnight retreat, spend the night, and come back the following day. We currently have 40 beds secured.
What do you mean 40 beds? Where are we going?
So it's a French name that I don't.
It's a mansion.
It's a mansion. It is a mansion.
It is the Chamonix.
Chamonix mansion. Charmin. I don't really know how to pronounce it. It's Fairmount Park, I think.
Yeah, it's in Fairmount.
Fairmount Park, so it's not too far.
It's a massive house that has 40 beds. Can you pull a picture, Brand? I want to see.
We'll send a picture around. We'll send a picture. But we have 40 beds secured. There is a small payment required to attend. We hate to do this. We've had budget cuts ourselves. It is also a more expensive thing to do an overnight retreat. So it's $35 to attend. If you need any financial assistance, if there's any issues with that, we will absolutely accommodate you. So please reach out to me, and we'll make sure that you are able to attend.
What does a $35 cover?
Well, that, of course, it covers the transportation, it covers the overnight, it covers food, all the lovely stuff that we might be doing, drinks, in terms of, right, absolutely.
They are charging us per bed.
Yes. So that it covers a lot. We will send a form out tomorrow morning. And what we'll do is we'll have you Venmo Julia. It's a slightly complicated system. I don't have a checkbook. I don't know about you guys. I don't have a checkbook. So she has a checkbook. So you guys are gonna Venmo her. She's gonna write the check back to us. So that's the process. Just wanted to give you an insight. But we'll be sending that form out tomorrow morning, and we will do it on a first come first served basis. If there is a lot of interest, we can potentially look at trying to get a few more beds. That looks. It looks a little hot to. That's yeah. Oh, wait, that looks a lot better. Wow. Yeah. So I don't know. So I don't know if we're being catfish with these pictures, but it's one or the other.
Doesn't matter. About bonding fun.
It should be a lot of fun. Hopefully it's that one and not the other one, but it should be good. Yes, not.
What time will the form be sent out tomorrow? So it's a first come first served basis.
It'll be sent at 9 a.m.
Can we do early for one?
Yeah, we have GA1, GA2. No, but
on you.
yeah. No, we'll be sending out at 9 a.m. And if there is a lot of interest, we'll do our best to secure some more beds. Oh, there are more. See, that's the bad picture though. And who is that? I don't know. So hopefully we're not being scammed, but it's a house. Leo?
Yeah, so it is the first location. It's really nice though. It's really nice. We went there for the 50th session and it was lovely. Beautiful place. It's in the middle of the forest. I'm not sure what Musab's got there, but the Chamonix mansion is in like the middle of nowhere kind of, but it's completely lovely.
I swear.
How do we spell it for reference?
Oh boy.
Again, it's about the bond team.
Yeah.
It's really nice though. It was really fun.
Musab, how do we spell it?
Okay. Well,
You know the better.
it should be fun. It should be fun. That'll get sent out at 9 a.m. But that's all I have. Are there any questions about the structure of meetings, policies, retreat? No? Wonderful. Well, thank you all very much. Excited for the year. I scroll past.
Okay. Hello, everyone.
My name is Mo, and I'm a junior studying neuroscience, and I'm the treasurer this year. Okay.
$1 million.
Okay, so I think we're gonna go into the little presentation first. Okay, I made this like short presentation on like what the money, like what budgeting is and stuff like that. So this is a little intro to UA budget 53rd session. So what happens? You guys pay tuition to the college. The money goes to board of trustees. They assign money to the UA, and then we give it back to all student clubs on campus. So how does that work? Let's investigate first. Okay. Now this is okay. This is what I'll be doing in a few months, basically. So basically, we literally control money for almost all student clubs on campus, all 5 different branches of student government, Penn Labs, which do a lot of like Penn mobile app and mobile order, I think, the medical emergency response team, NSO for like the museum event that everyone goes to, and preceptorials, the orientation program. Shout out Pinnacle Kids, like that's what we pay for. And then so anyways, back to this. Okay, so last year we had around $3.1 million, and it increases every year by 2%. However, we had some unexpected budget cuts, which dropped us to around $3 million.
And how fast do we have to make that decision?
And was it like 48 hours turnaround time? We had to cut. Yeah, we had to cut around like a bit over $100,000 from all the student clubs, which was very like annoying. But sad, yeah. And these are the entities that we fund again. So SAC is a Student Allocations Commission. Basically, all student clubs on campus. It is. That's a new acronym, by the way. It's a student. Yeah. Yeah, it's SAC. So basically, any club on campus that ever requests funding for like travel, food, anything you think of, this is what SAC does. Spec, Andrew sits on Spec. They plan like Spring Fling, different like speaker events. They have like smaller concerts and other stuff. Class boards, a bunch of people probably sit on them, planning the yearly events, PO programs, Penn Labs, and we talked about the rest. And as you can see, we're very humble. We're on number 9. We barely give ourselves any money. So
What genius wanted to give us more money?
I don't know. Let's think about it. Okay, and a little bit again, so into SAC model, how that works. In the spring semester, all clubs meet with SAC. They set a specific budget for how much they need. And then there are different subcommittees that evaluate requests through the year as they keep on coming. And this is how finances work for the UA. Okay. Okay. For my meetings, I have my weekly one-on-one with Katie Bonner. Again, I talked about her. Katie, we always meet with her.
Love you, Katie.
We do. Write it into minutes. She reads them.
Minutes.
We talked about the reserve fund, PhD steering fund, UA steering fund. We're gonna talk more about this next week. And then we're trying to establish a UA gift fund and alumni outreach. We need some more money, so planning it for the year. And then I also sit on SAC exec board, so we talked about the funding proposals for the second round. And for my upcoming meetings, I also have my one-on-ones with Katie and the weekly SAC meetings, and that's it for me.
Yeah, I apologize that we haven't shared this before. These meetings are live streamed on YouTube, and there are minutes that are recorded. So just be mindful, which you're allowed to say whatever you want, but it is on YouTube.
And
Perpetuity.
it does go on the minutes and they're around. That's
Just
why.
so you know.
Everything you say is on the record.
Hi everyone, I'm Julia. I'm a sophomore in the college studying classics and philosophy. And I'm the UA secretary this year. Okay, so some past like meetings or things I want to talk about. So I'm talking to Caroline Arenya about a project idea. I previously mentioned this. So everyone works on projects and I'm working on a project in the Academic Initiatives Committee about establishing a sort of like majors and more fair for freshmen to sort of learn about humanities seminar. So I'm talking to Caroline Arenya about working further on that project idea. Also, FYI, Aiden, Carol, the speaker, and I are running a Kiwi social after UA week education on Wednesday. So definitely make sure to attend that. And I'm gonna actually that right here. It's October 1st. So definitely come after that and you can spend time with Aiden and I, and we're excited to meet with you all. Okay, so upcoming meetings, I have to meet with Joe Russo from Business Services about
So upcoming meetings, I had to fix it.
sorry. Thank you, Mo, for that. Airport shuttles. And for anyone who doesn't know, UA runs airport shuttles in the fall and the spring semester, putting students to the airport. And so exec is trying to get more money to fund them. But the first is how much does it cost? So I'm meeting with Gio Russo from Business Services to talk about that. And I will also be having an airport shuttle committee. And so I'll be putting out that applications for that very soon. And then I'm also conducting interviews for the web developer for the website of the Vice Provost of Climate Action and Sustainability. I'm working with Vice Provost, which is Michael Mann, to sort of expand the climate office and making Penn a leader on climate change, a global leader on climate change. And so we're working to establish their communications. So I'm working on interviews for the web developer. And that's all for me.
All right, sound a roll.
Oh god, this is gonna be good.
To be clarify how to join committees. Yeah. I'll just say briefly, we'll talk more about this week, but there'll be a process where you can rank your choices for committees. And we'll share more. We're gonna assign people to committees. We take your requests and incorporate that and try to bounce them out. So we'll share more this coming week, but you'll get to select which committee you want to sit on.
Thank you so much, Aiden. So hey y'all, my name's Aiden De Silva. You can just call me De Silva. I'm a junior in the college studying political science and psychology, and I'm the 53rd Sessions Director of Dining, Housing, and Transit. So I do a lot of work. So I do a lot of work with business services on parts of the undergrad experience that you guys interact with on a daily basis. So Penn Transit, dining halls, residential halls, etc. But yeah, just really quickly, no committee this week. I've already had all my committees sign up for their one-on-ones. So I had a meeting on Friday with business services and the NEC over revamping the dining advisory boards and the residential services advisory boards. It was just overall trying to make them a lot more comprehensive and active than they have been in past years. I can quickly pull up the notes, but it's pretty straightforward. We kind of allocated who we want to sit on these committees, etc. I'm going to be sending out these invitations to more specific groups very soon. Actually, it's in an email more specifically, but yeah, this is the general vibe of it. Like, if any of you guys are interested in sitting on these advisory boards, definitely reach out to me. I'll be happy to talk about my experience with it. I'll be sitting on dining advisory boards as one of the 2 UA reps. But yeah, overall went pretty well. The NEC is going to be sending out those applications very soon. So yeah, any questions about DAB or RSAB that I can help answer? There is union representation for the RAs. I'm actually going to talk to you about who I should reach out to that very soon. Score?
I'm an RA in Stouffer College House this year.
You're in Stouffer?
Yes.
Stouffer
Stouffer. Oh. Yeah.
But
I love my kids.
But yeah, just before I continue, I want to invite Rafa Bukhari, who did a great job representing the UA at the Transit Advisory Board meeting, to quickly just go over the meeting notes. So yeah, let me pull that up. Is there a way to Zoom? I don't know.
Awesome, okay, sure. Hi everyone, it's me again. Not legal services this time, it's transit. Okay, so very briefly, Shakar and I sit on the Transit Advisory Board, and a few weeks ago, we were invited to take a tour, to have a tour of Pennovation Works to see the behind the scenes of Penn Transit. So we got to see, their electric vehicles, how they charge, the logistics. It was all very cool. Now I covered a lot of this in her report, but very briefly, Penn Transit, especially the advisory board, is working on expanding like student outreach and then just having more visibility. And a part of that is trying to get more groups on the Transit Advisory Board. So that includes, environmental group, Disco, Disabled Students Coalition, Fossil Free, and hopefully the RA Union. There's a lot of talk about that, if anyone wants to ask. And then the safety shuttles, and I covered that. It's just going from like specific places to having more centralized pickup spots. It's been great. They also improved their dispatch software, so they're using something called TripShot, which fun fact, by the way, Columbia uses that too, and Trip Planner. So what this does is it studies trends like in traffic and then yeah, general trends to kind of give you predictions, and it allows you to book in advance. It also shows you options from like SEPTA, Lucy, not just Penn Transit, so it's like streamlining the process. For SEPTA, yeah, so I'm sure you all know that there's been a lot of like SEPTA cuts. So what SEPTA did is they took some funding from the emergency funds for 2 years, and that's going to be like a tentative temporary solution, but that's for now it's helping because a lot of faculty and upperclassmen were affected, so this is just temporary solution. And yeah, and then part of their outreach as well, they're launching a quarterly newsletter, and they're making it like all people who have the Penn Transit app are going to get the notification to opt into the newsletter. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, it was a very interesting meeting, if anyone. Oh, yeah, go ahead, please.
Yeah, I have two questions. The first thing is that, do you have a number of the capacity in Pennovation?
And like the trans, like the.
Or do you just have transit? Like, cause I know it's, there's empty.
Fres will talk.
Okay, and the second one is that, can you, in a transit advisory board, can you have a student group that's not recognized as a student group? Like, also free is not recognized anymore as a student group, like.
Yeah.
Can you cement that into a list of groups if it's not a Penn recognized group?
I mean, the way we talked about it, Shakar brought it up as like Penn environmental and sustainability and fossil free. The three of these were like kind of like, oh, we just have to get more sustainability and environmental groups. I wasn't aware that fossil free isn't like officially recognized, but to be honest, like the transit people were very like open to having these student groups, so I'm sure they'd be fine. We're reaching out to them to also see like their thoughts on joining as well. But
Every transit or just business services in general, like, have there been any conversation about what Penn's long-term response to SEPTA line cuts might be? Like, are we launching new lines? Are we like maybe planning to do so?
so the way they talked about it was that Penn Transit is mainly responsible for the Penn Transit vehicles, and SEPTA is more of like a complement to that. Honestly, most of the meeting was spent criticizing how they're funding it because they're taking a lot of funding from the emergency funds, which are used for like emergencies. So they're taking that, and that kind of, I mean, there's nothing they can do honestly, because it's more of like a Philly SEPTA thing more so than Penn
They haven't
Transit.
passed a budget in Harrisburg. I'll just say that. So it's
Yeah.
a bit of a jiggy storm.
Yeah, like Penn Transit, there's only so much they can do when it comes to like the SEPTA.
If you want, I can ask that, because as I'll discuss later, I'm meeting one-on-one with VP of Business Services, Michael Scales, but yeah.
Yeah, I could also bring that up. I can ask them as well. We have the next meeting on October 14th, if I didn't mention that. Go ahead.
More of a comment, but I'm part of the URBS UAB and we have a ton of transit nerds who would love to join the group.
Oh, that would be amazing. Yeah, we're honestly, this is like the tentative list. Please reach out to me on like Slack or something. I can like forward it to them because we're reaching out to all these students now. Yeah, that would be amazing. Please go ahead. The more the merrier. But yeah, I think it's really great.
Thank you so much, Ralph.
Alright, thank you.
Alright, I'm gonna kind of blitz through just because I want to be cognizant of time. So yeah, upcoming, I have a one-on-one with VP of Business Services, Michael Scales, tomorrow actually. So if you guys have any topics about business services, dining, housing, and transit that you'd like me to bring up, I'll be more than happy to. I already have an agenda, but he's very flexible. We can always add stuff. So anything else? I know I'll be adding Andrew's question on long-term SEPTA implications. Yep.
Can we know more about the new West Cafe and how can they like add it to the meal swipes or like my dining dollars things? Like it's a mess and like if they
Sounds
want to
good.
solve it.
Thank you. Anything else for business services I should bring up tomorrow? Perfect. And then, yeah, just kind of, I also will have my weekly Bon Appetit check-in as well as an upcoming meeting. I should have wrote the date, October 23rd for the University Committee on Facilities. So that's going to be talking about renovations to sites on campus, overall like improvements, etc. So yeah, just quickly going over project updates. I want to shout out everyone to the project very quickly. Tanisha is doing great work with the government house. Tanvi with the composting initiative. Shakar with the return pairings updates. Leo and Andrew on getting everyone in the college $5 printing credits in the libraries. That fucking killer. Just for the sake of time, I won't be going over the project proposal I made for the Penn Student Census 2026 edition. Just to kind of give it in a one-sentence summary, this is a school-wide survey that's sent out every year, kind of like asking students to give their input on all parts of the like university. so that way the UA has much more directions in the projects it pursues. If any of you guys are interested in collaborating on that, I'll be like more than happy to collaborate with you on that. I'm reaching out to PIUR and VPOL in the coming weeks to kind of understand like what areas we can kind of focus on better this year, as well as alternative sources for funding. Aiden's cooking with OGCA voter information. Yadu is going to be coming out soon with the UA internal audit report. And then finally, I'm going to be working.
Excited for that one.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff. And yeah, I'm meeting also with VP Michael Scales on discussing committee-wide projects for dining, housing, and transit to pursue. So these are like larger, long-term projects that seek to like really like massively improve like the student experience when it comes to these areas of dining, housing, and transit. Like if you join my committee, you'll be hearing more about it in the coming weeks. But yeah, that's going to be a very important topic that I will discuss. And that's about it for me. So thank you guys so much.
AI.
Hey everyone, I'm Ben. I'm a junior studying history and PPE and the director of the AI committee. So a couple updates, I'll keep them brief. First off, Cushy has a discussion paper that she's just finished. So why don't you come up and tell us about it?
For discussion papers, we typically do 3 minutes to present and then have questions. There can always be a motion to extend, but if you're good with that, we'll start with 3 minutes.
Hi, everybody. I'm Cushy. I'm a sophomore. I'm a College of Arts and Sciences rep. So for this discussion paper, it's like kind of covering 2 projects. So I'll start with the one that I've been working on for a really long time. So over the past year, I've worked on a project primarily with Penn Campus Rec and Penn Athletics about getting an excused absence for club athletes, just because there's already a policy in place in the student athlete handbook for varsity athletes to get excused absences when they travel, but not for club athletes. I personally am on club tennis and I travel a lot, so it affects me a lot and a lot of my friends. So I really thought about this during my freshman year and wanted to create like a policy proposal to submit to Penn Campus Rec and Penn Athletics. But now it's going to be more concise because Naya presented a policy form. So let's go for that.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, so I presented the policy proposal to support club athletes for getting an excused absence. And after meeting with several administrators, specifically Shelby Long and Roger, it wasn't possible to get RP Shelby for real. But yeah, so after meeting with them, it wasn't possible to get like an official excused absence. So we reverted to a different solution, which would be like a template, like a letter template signed by Roger, the head of Campus Rec, to give to club athletes and their board. So just in case, like if you want to travel and you won't be here for a weekend or you're missing some school days, you can give it to your professors and it'll be officially signed. So that has been approved and it will be moving forward for implementation for the spring of 2026. It's a long time coming. I've been working on this project for a year, so I'm really happy that everything I've worked on came to fruition. And then this is like kind of a random project I did over the summer. I know coming into Penn as a freshman, like it's kind of hard to like know what the Penn part offers and just the different benefits of it. So I did a close collaboration with Penn Campus Rec again, and Penn Athletics, and I worked on a 1-pager project for to distribute to NSO officials and to hang on like the billboards of high rises and dorms. So this is what the athletic side of the 1-pager looks like. So it has everything from what events are ticketed, what events are non-ticketed, like Penn rewards, traditions, and information about racket sports and OTT sports. And then this one is the other side of the 1-pager about what Campus Rec offers. So Campus Rec oversees the club sports and intramural sports, whereas Penn Athletics oversees like the D1 sports and yeah, the varsity sports. So you might have been seeing this on the billboards of your dorms and high rises. But yeah, this was a huge success. There's also a digital form of it available, just so students have a consolidated area to get information about both departments. So both of these projects have been completed, and yeah, I'm excited to start a new one now.
All right, so now y'all know, wait, did you want to do a question and answering period?
Anybody have any questions?
And I'll just, we could extend, the 3 minutes did elapse. But we could, extend if there are questions.
All right, it looks like we're fine, yeah. All right. A couple of meeting updates. First off, I just recently formed a ad hoc committee on open expression at Penn. We had our first meeting on the 27th, and we talked over a couple priorities in examining and researching other universities' open expression policies and in what data collection of student opinion would look like. If anyone is interested in hopping onto this open expression ad hoc committee, please reach out to me. I have my number here in GBM agenda, so you can go and find and reach out if you are interested. Project updates. We don't have significant updates of our committee based on like the progress we've made since last week, but I'll give you guys a brief rundown of what each project is, just in case you guys are looking for ideas, just in case you want to collaborate with members on the AI committee with some of their work, or if you just want to see what AI does. So Awesome and Chinmay, I think neither of them are here with us right now, but they are making a resource guide for those with medical conditions. So for example, if you get sick, if you get a concussion, any of these things, it's so that students will be able to know what recourse they have, what action they should take. This also includes updating professor training material. And the hope is that it will create an easier process for students with medical struggles. Tushy, I mean, we just heard from her discussion paper. He's continuing to work on this club athlete project, continuing to work to allow students to have an option to bring class exemption forms when they're part of a club teams that are going to be competing. Miriam is creating a catalog for international students, a catalog that they can opt into with their region, with their country, with the idea of having a way to easily contact other people or make group chats or reach out to people from their area, as well as to clarify the content information of important resources through the ISSS. And then Audrey and Julia are thinking about planning a honors thesis symposium in the spring. That's it.
The ES. Hang in there, guys. Always amazing. So proud of you all.
We have like 2 more hours left.
Okay, I will make this brief. But my name's Alexa. I am a junior in the college studying cognitive science. I'm the community engagement and sustainability director. Woo! That's committee. So community engagement sustainability, pretty much like what the name suggests, we collaborate a lot with Penn Sustainability on sustainability initiatives and also engage with the West Philly community. So some meeting updates, as Aiden mentioned earlier, there's going to be no committee meeting next week, but I will be reaching out to current members for one-on-ones just to make sure projects are progressing along before fall break. And then I had a meeting this past week for Campus and Community Life, which is this committee that I sit on. We're pretty much looking for ways to explore how to expand housing and improve housing in West Philly for the residents and also for Penn students and graduate students, because graduate students don't have guaranteed housing on campus. And so one of my tasks is to kind of come up with ideas for West Philly organizations that we can bring in speakers to kind of just hear from them and kind of learn to progress the project. And so if you guys have any ideas on any organizations you've worked with in the past, I'd love to hear about them.
Have you thought of reaching out to the Office of Government Community Affairs? I know we have a lot of relationships with West Philadelphia organizations.
I definitely will.
I was also gonna say Penn and Philly works a lot with West Philly, so maybe that's something that could be discussed.
There's also some really amazing bookstores that you could collaborate with that are activists in nature, so I can send that to you as well.
There's a Clark Park Association, Spruce Hill Association. Lots of good things to do with.
Oh, good. Awesome, thank you, thank you. Okay, I will go over briefly, project updates. So Ryan, one of our members, is working on an Ivy League mental health conference, and he recently got some exciting updates. So he's just gonna ask like a few questions really quick to see if you guys have any ideas.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. My name is Ryan. I'm a senior studying nursing. I'm our nursing rep. I also sit as a external chair for student wellness, which is related to this. Essentially, that being for this project in particular, we're going to be hosting a mental health conference in November 8th through the 10th. It's going to be at Princeton, and we're looking for reps to bring from Penn. I personally recruited Dartmouth and Brown, but we're trying to get more Penn people involved. So if you're interested, let me know. If you know people that are heads of different mental health groups on campus, also let me know. And then the second question is related to funding, but that might just be a question I can ask. But yeah, thank you, everyone.
Are they covering any costs?
Oh yeah, so the cost of it for us is going to be it's $20 per person to bring them down. And so Princeton's covering majority of it, including the housing and the food.
Awesome. So last major project update is Gustav is working on a mentorship project with TSO, Transfer Student Organization, to pair transfer students who are just incoming with upperclassmen transfer students, and hopefully looking to expand that to freshmen and upperclassmen to have a more formalized mentorship system. And then last thing, committee-wide project ideas were brainstormed as well. So like a student-run farmers market, town halls, things like that. But yeah, that's about it.
Yay.
Hi, my name is Pierce. I'm a junior. I'm a CVE major, and I am the Equity and Inclusion Committee Director. Epitome of equity and inclusion right here. You know what, Naya?
Should I put that on the minute?
We're doing a lot of stream on the live stream. Yeah. I'll keep it short. We have two committee-wide projects. We're doing a supply closet swap shop during NSO and then expanding throughout the year, where basically people can come and get lightly used microwaves, lamps, chairs, anything that they would need that Penn doesn't provide in their houses, mini fridges, things like that, that are donated from the year before by people who are moving out. There's a lot of waste on campus every year, and the goal is to minimize this. We saw at NYU, and I'm also meeting with the Director of Facilities Management at NYU this week. I don't have a time yet, but I'll let you guys know if anyone wants to come, and we're going to talk about it. And then also, Andrew and Jeffrey are doing really great work. And Audrey on the student art gallery, where it's rotating permanent student art exhibit for undergraduates. This existed previously, and we're sort of bringing it back. So if anyone is also interested in either of these two committees, you don't have to be part of EI, and we will be writing project proposals for both of them for next week and presenting them. And that is it.
Communications.
Hi everyone, I'm Taya. I'm a sophomore in the college. I'm studying international relations and history and eco studies. I'm the comms director. So for those of you who don't know, the comms role in the UA has historically been just like one person, one director. But this year we've made it into a whole committee. We realized how much potential there was for it to expand. So we're running the Instagram, but we're doing the website as well. We're doing in-person engagement, LinkedIn, alumni relations, all this stuff. And we've got a committee with all different roles, such as website and digital infrastructure and our press secretaries, just to name a few.
So I'll very briefly go over some updates just to start. Something mentioned about the UA Shared Drive. That is a really cool resource with an abundance of like documents and resources for all of you guys. There's also a lot of stuff related to comms. For example, there's like a marketing request form. So once you're working on your projects and you want a poster or a graphic so people know about your projects, be sure to fill that out and then comms can help you out with that. Bhavya is busy updating the website. We've had a form out for a while and we only have a few responses, so please everyone submit it so we can put your bios and your new headshots on the website. I know a lot of you guys are requesting your old bios just to reference or reuse, so I've made a doc from the old responses. It's on the shared drive as well. But yeah, that'll be in the agenda in the shared drive. So if you want to just reuse that and make a few tweaks, you're welcome to do that. But yeah, please fill that out in the next like couple days so we can update things. Minna and Melody are our social media managers. They're working on a lot of Instagram content at the moment, like new member posts. We're going to be doing a cab takeover. Yes, Eddie's one of our press secretaries. He is working on our first DP column and we're going to be introducing it, as well as introducing a very exciting project, which is the free printing for college students. We've also got, oh my God,
Dahlia.
I'm so sorry.
I don't like this.
They're working on alumni outreach, which is what Mo is working on as well, and also an in-person event because that's super important. And finally, Aiden is working on drafting our first UA newsletter. So very excited for the year ahead and very excited to have you all here. If you have any questions or anything, Musab kind of said this, but beginning of UA can feel a little bit overwhelming. I remember feeling very nervous when I started as a freshman. So like, please just ask questions and don't hesitate to come up to any of us.
So we have pretty much reached the end of the meeting. I have to ask if there are any documents to be considered. It's in the I know it's night. So what we're gonna do, we're going to so when you make a motion, you say you move to do something. So someone will move to adjourn and we'll have a vote. Maybe people want to stay here longer, so you could vote it down.
Any
But-
new member want to
Well,
make the.
and I'll just say before we go to that, we will just stay for a brief moment. What this does is this ends the meeting. We'll stop the live stream, but we just have a couple social updates that we'll do once the meeting is adjourned. Just stick around for a moment once we have actually officially adjourned.
Literally not.
This is someone.
I think a new member should make a movement.
Move to
Hello
adjourn.
there, Mr. Ryan.
I move to adjourn the meeting.
Second.
Any opposed? So we have adjourned the meeting. Just stick around for one moment.
Debating voting now.
We're gonna pause this live stream here. Leo, give me 1 minute.